Hey, and welcome to the final level of Doom 64's main campaign. This is the Absolution. You know a Doom level is going to be fun when there's a whole bunch of weapons and ammo to start things off. We're going to make sure we're stocked up well and good for this one. We won't be coming back to this room once we head down into the centre part there. Once you cross the line dev, this whole section seals itself off. So we're going to grab this invulnerability and we're just going to get things going. If you've been collecting the demon keys up to this point, you can stop this onslaught immediately. Just run around and hit the switches. But if you've not, or if like me, you've been restarting at the beginning of each level, you're just going to have to take on the onslaught. At the start here, you want to make sure you're taking care of the pain elementals. They are in the initial wave. And if the lost souls get too much, they can become a real problem because they can chew into your very limited ammo in this arena. I do like this arena. I think it's very well designed as a final sort of challenge. The fact that the enemies are teleporting in and we kind of have to deal with these guys. They will just chase us endlessly. You can see I'm trying to put focus on getting rid of the pain elementals because I don't want the lost souls chasing me around the level. It's best to try and stay out of the mix of enemies. Just use your rocket launcher and the plasma rifle. If you've got the demon keys, this is definitely the level where you want to be pulling out the Unmaker. You can see I'm trying to put my focus on that pain elemental there. There's also a second one over here. I think this is the last pain elemental that we'll be seeing. Now we just have to clean up the lost souls and get rid of the enemies that are spawning in. It's also worth noting that there is a supercharge in the middle of this arena when the final boss emerges, and we're going to be seeing that final boss very, very soon. That final section there will not drop down until you've defeated every single enemy, so it's important that you stay on top of these guys. You can see we're not doing too well in the health department. Once we clear out this final Mancubus, we will see the Mother Demon boss. It is a custom enemy that is the final boss of Doom 64. I love that it's a custom boss. Unfortunately, quite easy to defeat if you get in its face like that. As you can see, we did die there, but because we killed the Mother Brain boss, that's the end of Doom 64. Unfortunately, the Mother Brain boss, if you get very aggressive with her, even on the harder difficulties, it's very easy to get that boss fight over and done with. Do not let her sort of hang around because she does have homing missiles that will chase you around the arena and they will just pulverize you and pulverize you and pulverize you. At the end of this video, I'm actually going to put in some of the failed attempts just so you can kind of see what it's like when she's actually allowed to explore the arena. And obviously if you have the demon keys, that final level just becomes super, super easy. I actually think No Escape was a better final level in my opinion. I feel that it sort of achieved a lot more, and I think that in the Lost levels when they were put out there, that's one of the reasons why the final level of that feels a lot like a spiritual successor to No Escape and not Absolution. But it's not a terrible final level. We'll look at the monster crawl here just because, and that's really it for Doom 64. We can play through the Lost levels, which I probably will do at some point just to round out this run of levels that we've been doing. But ultimately, I feel that Doom 64 is one of my favourite Doom experiences, whether playing on the N64 console or whether playing it in the remasters on the modern consoles. I think it's still a great time. I know some people don't like it. I know some prominent Doom players definitely don't like this one, but for me personally, got a lot of positive memories attached to this one. I think it's got a great aesthetic, and I think it takes Doom in a very interesting direction. If nothing else, I'm just glad that they went back and they brought this off the Nintendo 64 so that modern gamers got to experience it. Let me know what you think of the Absolution. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And after this, I'll just show you the various failures in the final level. So as a little extra treat in the end of this video, I figured that we would take a quick look at what happens if you let the Mother boss here sort of get out of the center part. And you can see that when she gets out of that center area, she has various attacks, ones that shoot in like diagonals out from her, but you also get these homing missiles. They will chase you aggressively around the level, and they are not nice to deal with, let me tell you. It actually kind of makes me glad that the Revenants weren't put into this version of Doom, because my, those would be absolutely nightmarish to deal with.